somewhere in the middle, and Matsuno did not just happen to apply to Square at the right time. Sticking with the odd theme of defectors, Final Fantasy Tactics featured some unique status effects, and one of them, which has remained exclusive to the game, was Traitor. All kidding aside, status effects have been an integral part of the Final Fantasy experience since the series' inception, and many mainline entries have featured a wide variety of game-specific examples. These would have appeared on top of the quite familiar status effects such as Sleep and Poison, which have been recurring ever since they first appeared in the original game, but subsequent games featured unique status effects like Pig, Imp and Sedate that up until the release of Tactics had only ever appeared in their initial game. It would only be in more recent times, thanks to the MMOs and mobile games, that these status effects would resurface, as the developers have trawled through the archives to introduce some nostalgic elements. Tactics, however, has the honour of featuring 3 specific status effects that appear nowhere else in the franchise, although who knows how long it will stay that way. First off, as alluded to previously, the Traitor status, also known as Invitation, allowed players to temporarily and sometimes permanently recruit enemy units for their own party. This would usually be done in battle or by using the Orator job's Entice or Tame abilities. As this could quite literally turn the tides of battle, it would make sense that players would become concerned about mutiny within their own ranks. But fear not, as the developers made it so that enemy units could not inflict the Traitor status on the units within the player's party. Next up is the Vampire status, which could be inflicted with the use of the similarly named Vampire or Bloodsuck abilities. And while the Vampire ability can be found throughout the rest of the franchise, the status effect has only ever appeared in Tactics. It would cause the afflicted unit's evade percentage to drop to 0, before forcing them to attack any unit in movable range with the Vampire ability, prioritizing enemy units first. If all of the player's party was turned, it would result in a game over, and the only way to cure the status is with Holy Water or using the spell, Dispelner. The last status effect is by far the most interesting and unique, and that is the Atheist status. Any unit afflicted with status would see their faith stat drop to 0, and due to their newfound inability to believe in gods or magic, this rendered all magic ineffective against them, while also leaving them unable to use it themselves. Granted by utilising abilities such as Mystic's Disbelief, the Templar's Atheist, or through the Goku pole weapon, the Atheist status was temporary, but a similar effect could be achieved more permanently, if the player so desired, through the Orator's Enlighten ability. While it was not possible to permanently lower out units' faith to 0 through this method, it would make inducing the Atheist status much easier. While status effects definitely make for more interesting and strategic battles, sometimes their implementation doesn't line up with their description, and an example of this is the infamous Vanish Doom exploit. In Final Fantasy VI, the Vanish status raised the target's physical evasion to 100%, but lowered their magic evasion to 0, rendering them vulnerable to magic attacks. As a support ability, the intention was for players to use this to bolster their defenses against physical foes. When called from enemies, Vanish would have the same effect as on players, but would also override their natural immunity with other status magics such as Doom, making such magic attacks hit them 100% of the time. This meant that any enemy you could cast Vanish on could also be defeated instantly through the use of Doom, regardless of prior resistances, and this even applies to bosses. Unintentional exploits such as these are usually found as a result of players using the game's systems in unintended ways, and therefore aren't always caught in the debugging process. It goes without saying that exploits similar to this are therefore found in many other games in the franchise, and Final Fantasy Tactics is no exception, with one glitch in particular being very helpful. Known as the JP Scroll glitch, this exploit allowed players to gain 9,999 job points instantly for most jobs that had a scrollable ability list. To execute the glitch, the player has to simply select an ability that they have enough job points to learn, and then when the game asked them to confirm learning that ability, they needed to press and hold the square button while pressing down the D-pad to scroll to a different ability with a higher JP cost. Confirming after this could result in a variety of effects, but the best outcome would change the player's available JP to 0, and upon exiting and re-entering the abilities page, would award the player with 9,999 job points for that job. Using this exploit, it's easy to learn high-level abilities very quickly, so it's no surprise that the technique has become a staple of Final Fantasy Tactics speedrunners. All of the job points and abilities in the world won't change the fact that Final Fantasy Tactics is one of the most difficult games in the franchise, with several dastardly points of no return, soft blocks, and very tough boss encounters. And some of these harder encounters are thanks in part to the main antagonist of the story, Lucario. Seeking to resurrect their long-dead master Ultima under the guise of the Church of Glabados, there are 6 known Lucavian tactics, each being connected to a corresponding shard of Orosite. Known as a Zodiac Stone, these Orosite shards allow them to exist in the world of Ivalice through the use of a human host. Seeing as the Zodiac Stones refer to the 12 Zodiac signs, it was interesting that there are not 12 Lucavi encountered by the player in the game, but just because we did not meet them does not mean they didn't exist. By deciphering the text in the background image of the save screen, it was possible to learn that the Lucavi met by Ramza in tactics had respective Zodiac signs, as for example, Goliath representing Aries and Ultima representing Virgo. In addition to this, we also got to see the 6 additional Lucavi linked to the remaining Zodiac signs, including Duma to Taurus, Rofocale to Sagittarius, and Leviathan to Pisces. One of these unused Lucavi, however, was originally intended to appear in-game before being cut for unknown reasons. This was the demon Rofocale, and its inclusion would have brought the total number of Lucavi encountered to 7. Unfortunately, not much is known about how Rofocale would have appeared in the game, only that it was simply cut. In future Ivalice titles, the Lucavi would reappear as espers to the player and be obtained as summonable entities, but Rofocale was not repurposed in this manner alongside its Final Fantasy Tactics siblings. Instead, it was replaced by Shem Hazai as a representative for Sagittarius in Final Fantasy XII and its associated properties. It wouldn't be until the return to Ivalice raid series in Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood expansion that players would finally get to meet Rofocale in all its glory. Appearing as the 3rd boss in the Royal City of Rabanashi's Alliance dungeon, it would use abilities from Final Fantasy tactics such as Crush Helm and Armor Crush on players and take on the form of an armoured chariot centaur-like beast. As a further aside here, it was also interesting that Duma, the Taurus Lucavi from Final Fantasy Tactics, was brought back as well to be part of this raid series. Even though Rofocale didn't appear in Ivalice until Final Fantasy XIV, there was another hidden Lucavi, one not mentioned alongside the other 12, that appeared in not only Tactics but also 14 and would end up having a much larger role than its sidelined comrade. As stated, there was one Lucavi for each of the 12 Zodiac signs. That being said, most of the Final Fantasy games that take place in Ivalice make use of a secret additional Zodiac sign, the Ophiuchus. Also known as Serpentarius, it was propagated in popular culture through the publication of a book called The 13 Signs of the Zodiac, a book which had happened to be a bestseller in Japan throughout the mid-90s, and this could possibly explain its inclusion in numerous Final Fantasy games around that time. In Tactics, the possessor of the Ophiuchus Zodiac Stone was the Mage Elidibus, a name that Final Fantasy XIV players will immediately recognise, and when encountered in the optional and very difficult Deep Dungeon, or Midlight Steep as it was later called, Elidibus would use the stone to transform into a Lucavi with the same name. In battle, Elidibus would use a wide variety of powerful magic against the player, but most notable of all was his use of the powerful Zodiac Summon, a spell which could then be learnt by the player if they were lucky enough to survive it and happened to have a summoner in their party. In Final Fantasy XII, Zodiac would go on to appear as the esper that corresponded with Ophiuchus, replacing Elidibus. This suggested that Elidibus may just be the name of the Hugh Mage in Tactics prior to the Lucavi transformation and not the Lucavi itself, but this is just speculation. As an additional fun fact, it should be noted that the location the player encounters Elidibus in, Deep Dungeon, is not only a reference to a series of role-playing games by developer Hummingbird Soft that Square published as part of the Disc Original Group, but also contains references to both the Japanese and English translations of the film Apocalypse Now, the names of the levels featuring titles such as No Geis or Saigon backwards, Valkyries, and Malapan or Napalm backwards. Now, up to this point, we've covered unique status effects, hidden Zodiac signs, and unused Lucavi, but despite Tactics featuring an impressive array of selectable jobs for the player to experiment with, there were even more that remained unused. As Tactics made use of diorama-like sets to not only stage its combat encounters but also tell its story, a lot of the same locales were used for cinematic sequences as well as combat encounters. Due to this, there were NPC sprites for certain important characters that appeared on maps in non-combative roles. As all players who showed up in the game were treated as having jobs by the game's engine, many character-specific jobs appeared for plot-relevant NPCs even if they didn't fight in the battles themselves, with examples being Cardinal, Duke, and Witch of the Coven. What's interesting is that many of these were fleshed out with specific stats and even job descriptions, but the developers stopped short of adding abilities, and as a result, if these jobs were applied to playable characters through hacking or cheat devices, it can sometimes cause the game to glitch. Now, as the player would have no way of knowing this through normal play, it's very interesting that Square took the time to create these roles and flesh them out, even if they never had the intention of using them within combat scenarios. And that brings us on to our last rather juicy fact, that the Japanese version of Tactics had a secret sound test mode that was cut from the original English release, and it not only allowed players to listen to the entire sound test in-game, but also provided invaluable insight into the minds of the composers. Originating in the arcade as a way of testing a unit's audio capabilities, sound test modes began to be included in home console releases in the late 80s and early 90s, and were popular options for games such as Sonic, Streets of Rage or Kirby, but they were not regularly seen within the Final Fantasy franchise. And in Tactics, the way of accessing it was not quite as straightforward. The player would have to input Ramza's name at the beginning of the game as BGM Kikitai, which apparently roughly translates to I want to listen to background music. This would then open a menu where the songs would be selectable. Within, as both Hitoshi Sakamoto and Masaharu Iwata worked on the soundtrack, players will be able to see which composer worked on which track by their development nicknames. But beyond that, the fascinating aspect is that the sound test mode allowed the player to look into what the composers were thinking, as various tracks included commentary, similar to linear notes in a physical music release. Highlights from these notes include Hitoshi Sakamoto's thoughts on the popular Heroes theme. He said, Ramza's theme, and a reminiscing key. FYI, this was another song where I discovered this small bug in the driver. Pause as Suzuki turned pale when he found out. That made me a little happy. If you'd like to see more of these notes, then please head over to the awesome Smart Relations. I'll put a link in the description. As mentioned in our previous video on Tactics, non-Japanese copies of the game were missing some additional content in the form of sound novels. So this unfortunately meant that players of the non-Japanese version were also missing some music tracks as well, as contained in the sound test option were variants of the background music that were cut from these sound novels. This makes the Japanese soundtrack the de facto definitive and larger Tactics soundtrack, and is an essential listen for any fan of the game. It wouldn't be until the release of War of the Lions that players outside of Japan would have access to the sound test mode, and its method of unlocking was very similar. If you'd like to give it a try yourself, all you have to do is name Ramza Polka Polka and you'll be taken straight there, complete with the missing sound novel background tracks. And that just about wraps it up. There were 7 more facts about Final Fantasy Tactics that you probably didn't know, but I'm sure there was still some amongst you who knew them all. Let us know in the comments below which you found to be the most interesting. If you enjoyed the video, please do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. With that, this is Daryl signing out. I'd like to extend a big thank you to all of our Patreon and YouTube membership supporters, especially Benjamin, the livestream and Gregory, who are super special Onion Knight supporters, and of course a big thank you to everyone for watching the video. I'll see you all again soon for more Final Fantasy goodness.
Hellfire core identified. Destroy it to disable the cannon. Updating local map. 1 Hell cannon remains.
power core nearby that still holds a charge. You can use it to get the other Atlan online.
Energy level stable at 92%.
complain when I lose.
I don't ever make that promise. I will never make that promise.
Just turn a new leaf.
Oh.
Turn a new leaf.
Turn a new leaf.
Just be one of those guys who just holds it all in.
You never complain from now on for the rest of your life.
No.
He said that like Lord of the Rings.
No.
You know what I fucking heard? They replaced that guy's voice with Hugo Weaving saying no.
Why?
Because they didn't like how he said it, I guess.
Hugo Weaving.
Yeah.
That's a confusing.
So Hugo
choice.
Weaving just talks to himself then.
Right.
And that guy has no line in the whole series.
Damn.
That was a bad round. What? What, Zach?
Like that.
Do it just like you did, right? No.
What's that?
What's that?
Yeah, I'm finding I don't know how to dodge these effectively.
I can't really. That's why I'm just trying to get in.
Do you guys use WhatsApp?
No.
No.
I only use it for family chat.
I'm like, my whole family's Apple, so it's like we just all have the blue messages, and it's like all good. But for anything WhatsApp like, I'm on Discord for the most part.
Yeah.
I don't know how to dodge his swipes.
Yeah, I can't figure it out.
I think I'm dodging way too early is the issue. I can just wait and see where he's coming from. Damn, you almost got the full thing off the first one, man. He's just pressing buttons. He's just pressing buttons.
Trying to watch
and
him.
it's working.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to watch him.
All right.
That did work.
Like, I dodged him legit twice.
You won't hear him complaining.
No, never.
I gave up complaining.
I quit. Quit cold turkey.
It's easy.
I got nothing, man. This motherfucker waits till I get right in front of him. He's like, all right,
Nah, 5 minutes. That's not what's gonna happen.
I am shitting the bed, dude.
Dude, I'm trying not to shit the bed.
Are you tapping up continually to dash?
Yeah.
I think you're just supposed to do tap like a dash in the game. Tap, tap, and then hold. I'm seriously just trying to understand, like, when... All I want to know is which of his missiles is going in the middle.
Right.
That's all I want to know.
It's like a crapshoot. I got in luckily last time and put
All
the
right.
combo on him.
What if I just stayed here for a second and just waited till... God damn it.
He'll just
And
shoot
then
all
just-
3 lanes at once.
And then just
He's never shot all three at once.
And then he just comes in and you just combo him anyway. No big deal.
Is that it for me? No, not
No,
yet.
not even.
Apparently I dodged too early, I guess. All right.
This one's on me.
At least I'm starting to figure out which ones are the middle ones. Damn.
Do you think they'll sit you down for like a little like eval after this fight?
What do you mean? Like Zordon's like, we have to talk about your performance.
No, the rest of the Rages are like, yeah, you didn't contribute as much.
Here you go.
The sword.
Listen, I tried. I
Autopilot
tried.
engaged. System reboot in progress.
I was
Do you
driving the right arm when it picked up the sword. So okay.
Do you think we're both contributing?
You definitely swung just now.
Okay.
I mean, Alex a little bit more, but
Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, man. I couldn't get it.
That's it. Who spells broken Zordon?
We killed him.
Zordon, yes. We can help him recover.
Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. Yeah, this is it.
you are going to the moon?
Definitely.
Hell yeah.
Pad online.
You can't allow
Manual
Bobo Rita.
controls are now active.
Bobo Rita. I guess she does always talk to herself on the
Look at
moon.
my life.
How? How are you doing this? How could
part
you,
of the
how could you do this?
This is part of Vegas. You don't remember this either? You don't remember teleporting?
No, I think I do.
They don't tell you. No? Like, they're in there, right?
What do you mean?
Like, that's them.
They're just moving.
Are you trying to like say they're not teleporting? They're just moving fast?
Right? They're just flying from one place to the other,
I
right?
guess that's teleportation is kind of moving fast too, right?
No.
Data has to be like think about Star Trek. You can call that teleportation, but like, it takes time to transfer.
whatever it's called.
Well, even Nightcrawler takes time.
What do they call it?
Reparticleization.
No,
or
what do
whatever.
they call it in it's
Atomization.
transporting? Yeah, so it's literally
Transfer.
transporting.
So you're saying this is like Galaxy Quest and really going to shit?
Yeah. Back to my own time.
She's just leaving? Damn.
Sucks. Failure. So one time Rita came back in time from the future and fucked up, and she didn't remember.
Yes.
Okay.
We already had this guy.
I think it's time to use Kimberly.
All right, I'll
I picked Jason. I'm Billy's. I'm Jason. I want to be Kimberly. Let's go. I was like just pressing X. All right. Beautiful. It looks like I like don't want to get hit in the face.
That's real, right?
Hit me anywhere else. Please, I'm a Power Ranger. I can take it.
One of the Power Rangers gets really into pain.
I don't like sparks coming out of my face.
Oh wait, is there something back here? No.
I tried to like hit that, but it didn't have any give.
Get excited unless you go while we're doing it.
I wonder if the choice of making everything is so good.
I like it.
I don't mind it. It's just an interesting choice.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm never gonna get this.
At least it's.
Oh, am I fine? It's not. Oh, I got fucking.
What's in it for the bad guys about this thing? What was it?
Yeah, I legit don't know.
They're like, this'll help us.
My ass. Like I'm getting hit all the time.
Hit dude's fucking everything.
All right. Never got hit. Dude, I haven't hit anybody in ages. I'm constantly getting told. What is with me this episode?
What is happening then?
We have to focus that thing down. There we go.
So much easier. Ow.
Are the pink ones the worst?
Yeah.
Because when you hit them, they drop the bomb and they have a hitbox.
They can throw the bombs at you from far away too.
Listen, was that a misclick? Yes. But is it indicative of my performance the rest of this episode?
The makers have confirmed
Yes.
that Alder's signal is still inside.
I love just a non-stop string of questions and answers from one person.
Oh yeah.
Someone help me out here.
I'm feeling good about it. Okay, I think I understand what's happening. You think I give a shit about regular putties at this point? Nope.
You think anyone's trying to like crush and smoke that time rock?
Only you, baby. Only
Crush
you.
and smoke.
Sniff, I mean.
I know, like I like smoke it for real. Like that's what you do with some stuff. Just crush it up and smoke it.
Morty, I need those time crystals, Morty. I want to smoke them. Oh, but they're on the moon.
Brett is now the actual voice of both Rick and Morty.
You know it's true because I just got the badge of darkness.
You know it's true because somebody just actually believed it when I said it.
I was like, what? Congratulations.
Oh my god, that makes so much sense.
Oh shit, I'm so glad I didn't do I was pressing it. I was legit pressing it.
I literally was like, oh, he's not gonna do it? I'm gonna do it.
Ugh.
Kimberly.
I feel like, okay, so we've got putties and Tengu. Tenga? I think they're called Tenga.
Tengu is the like Japanese.
Right, clearly inspired by. I'm surprised there's no other enemy types they could have pulled from. I am impressed with like the variety of putty they got.
But the other one,
Which one?
the Zed putty.
They're at a point in the story, no Zed pun. But then again, no Tenga at point either, so what the fuck?
Also, like, we're in a time zone.
It's true. They should have pulled dudes from other series and said that we pulled them at the time. Yeah, cool, yeah. It's so real. It's too late. We're gonna kill you.
Yeah, we're gonna eventually kill you. But someday, I'm gonna do it by myself in the future.
What does that sound like, baby?
Am I gonna kill myself in the future with a Power Ranger pistol? It remains to be seen. But I'm not gonna live my life like I'm gonna.
Almost juicy from the PJs. You remember the PJs?
Yeah.
Super!
Oh, super.
I'm a superhero!
I can't even do that guy. That's the kid, right?
The fact that
Yeah.
Is still
It's
inside.
like, he has the like nasal voice.
Should I just go?
Yeah. Well, maybe not. Yeah, she's a pet star.
Well, she wasn't my friend.
She's got slow moving projectiles. We have to hit her ball. Ah, gotcha.
Wow, I thought for sure that.
Oh, it is hit. Oh, it's like
But it goes down, and then it's like
yeah. Okay.
You have to hit her in that small window?
she like attacks you.
Oh, there you go.
Hey! Stop it, you witch!
So I'm gonna save this super for the next time when we bring her shit down. Already beating this shit out. Let me be honest, there's a lot happening on the screen.
Yeah.
3. Oh,
Me too.
almost.
Whoa, what happened?
4 this time.
Ah, what happened?
Okay, I'm learning about my own hitbox.
I'm going in. Did you nearly run right over? Can a brother get some food?
Can a bitch get a donut?
That's how I would have written Dream.
The other side is disgusting. Ugh. This hide on is gross.
How are we supposed to hit it? Oh, I know.
It's okay.
Thing. Got it. At least it's pretty good something. Good job, Kimberly. Keep going.
Oh my god, she killed me.
Damn, I missed. This is a cool little mechanic, though. The Ganon ball. Yeah. Get in there, baby. No! Terrible timing for a putty or whatever. Yeah, big boys. Yeah. Something tells me that if I just focus on this. That's what I should. Okay.
Oh, he did it. You see that?
No, he did it?
He hit the ball back into the fucking thing.
What? I want to see that.
Get away from me. Rita, stop.
Should we swap dance partners or what?
She like put me in the corner for a second. I was trying to get over her. Oh.
I just wish I could perform a Hadouken motion by controller in something badass would happen.
Yeah.
But I think I want to do that regardless of any game I'm playing.
Right. It's just in your blood.
Yeah.
Bobo Rita.
That's cool. So are we gonna face real Rita now?
No.
Like our present Rita?
Nah, because we gotta go back to the time.
Go back to the time, like we can't defeat her because she has to survive to Venezuela for 30 years.
Yeah.
S.
Stands for something's wrong with the timeline.
Something. Oh.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/Rebirth is the place to be. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you want to support us, head over there. You get this and the next thing that we're doing $10 a month is the number, and the value will go up with time. We're about to roll out a bunch of new stuff. Let's get hype. 30 days out on everything.
Thanks for supporting our show, y'all.
Oh shit! It literally ended right now. I thought we were like gonna do one more thing.
Wait, that was it?
Yeah.
That was it?
Do you think we gotta S rank every mission, or do you think maybe you have to put hard mode?
Hey, Dan Everett.
Maybe you have to play again this time with Tommy or some shit?
Yeah, Tommy.
Oh, come on.
Or is there Tommy DLC?
No, he's in the game.
Mike Mika.
You guys know there's something else, or are you just guessing?
When you say something else, do you mean like more levels? Is that what you mean by something else?
Like another boss? Or
Oh,
I don't know.
I have no idea. I thought this was.
When we say Tommy, we mean another playable character.
Yeah,
Oh, I know.
Okay. Wow. Cool game, right?
Like very fan servicey, fun, good, like decent beat 'em up. Had a good time. Really like well made game. Loved the like segments that were like not.
I could have used a
straight
little
up
bit of
beat 'em
deeper
ups.
combat.
Yeah.
I could have used a little bit more enemy
One more
variety.
button. One more button. Give me square.
Yeah, like I'm. Yeah, like I want deeper combat, I guess is what I'm saying. Great music, great art. You know, it's fun.
The animations were so good.
Dan Amrick was the Blue Ranger. Shout outs to Dan Amrick. Oh, and Christina V. Crazy. Wow.
Zordon and Alpha were the same guy.
The sounds out of your controllers could have been a little bit louder.
Dan Amrick was also I Guy. Dude, this is really cool.
What are these meteors from?
The moon exploded.
But that's the moon, isn't it?
Yeah. So this is from the asteroid belt.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's getting awful close to us, man.
Yeah.
They're just like disappearing in the moon.
That's just how big the Earth is, man.
They're actually not this close in real life.
It's just a fisheye, bro.
Damn. Yeah, I wonder what else they could do with this. I guess what else would I want? Yeah. It's mostly just deeper combat.
I think if they had like a Chow Garden between levels, that'd be good for me.
I do appreciate the level, like the gameplay variety. Like sometimes you have like the Rock'em Sock'em Robot section. Sometimes you have the
Yeah.
Zord section and the bikes. That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
I would make like 1,000,000 outfits for every ranger to unlock from all the different Power Rangers and put like
That's-
a bunch of enemies and just like
That's real.
have you just beat it New Game Plus over and over and over again, and you get different shit and you fight different enemies,
That's actually real.
and as you go, like more enemies.
Because let's be honest, like,
Oh,
yeah, that's real. Damn, dude. Who is this now? Zed? Oh no. Romborina!
I thought it was her butt.
Her hairy ass.
Yeah, I thought it was like a butt. I don't know what I thought it was.
So that's her ultimate fate, huh?
Was there a Robo Rita?
In that like
Is that like
revival episode they did? Yeah. There was.
the one like from Netflix or whatever?
Yeah.
I should watch that.
I skimmed through it just to see like legit acting between David Yost and Walter Jones. That was cool.
So weird.
She turned back on.
Oh, that's
she's-
Zed. That's Z stuff, right? That was a Z up there.
It looked like a Z. Like it went into her, like went into Zed's castle.
Yeah.
I'm the green one.
Play again. Oh.
Okay.
You own the power now.
Okay.
All right. We need you.
You're like really powerful, and like if you don't join us, like we're gonna kill you.
You promise never to become leader, right?
Yeah.
Like you're never gonna usurp me, right? I'll
Don't
take your
worry.
silence as a yes.
Jesus is my only leader.
Replay levels.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's
Tommy
fun.
and Jason.
So yeah, real talk replay. So what if we went back to
Stage 1.
just to see what's up?
See what's going down with Tommy.
Good luck, you bastards. Check in with Tommy.
This music is fucking cool.
Santa Clarita, California.
This day is too weird.
Dude, that stance. I've seen it. Let me see. I can't even like these dudes don't last long enough for me to see my full combo.
I wonder if Tommy's got some bullshit.
Yeah, let me see. I'll go down here.
Oh yeah, what's his super?
Oh yeah, let's see that. He's got a cool
Will come.
You know what these Power Rangers look like to me? You know those little ninjas that cost 25 cents?
Yes, I can see it.
That's what's going on.
So what you're saying is we need to beat it up based off homies.
Yeah, I need like a pizza, like a very, very like thick, doughy pizza. Some mayonnaise and salad bar right now.
Is it me or am I moving like fast?
Yeah.
Will you dash and run? No, it's everybody. Never mind. I tricked myself.
You felt like you were fast.
Get off.
Get off my phone. Yeah, I didn't attack Jason Knox.
Get off my boyfriend. I didn't know you felt that way.
Sword on help, I think I'm gay.
I'll be right there. Don't worry. Okay, so that, the way Tommy like is his one cycle, that looks like Mortal Kombat, like literally Scorpion.
Yeah, literally.
That
Oh,
one.
yeah.
All right, here we go.
Exactly what you said.
Yeah.
No. All right. It's your boy.
Your boy Tommy coming at you with the missiles.
Next time on Beard Bros new series.
Detroit.
We already told you. We're doing Metroid.
Meat Lawrence.
That's Meat Lawrence.
Meat Lawrence.
Meat Lawrence.
Meat
Lawrence
Lawrence.
is the best. We'll talk. We hope you enjoyed this. And you want to see that Metroid, literally, like Alex said, Super Beard Bros.
Time up to right now.
So, yeah, you can go watch the Metroid. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Let's kiss. Maybe right here. How much has been good?
So much. So much. So much.
What's that gold you're wearing? Why don't you dress like us?
Why don't you dress like us?
He's the golden one. He's the best one. Look at that helmet.
Yeah, it's really pronounced. But I get it because they wanted.
They want to
if it were
disappear.
accurate, like you wouldn't be able to tell.
Bishop Creed
Right.
has called a meeting with
I get
me.
it.
Except for
We need you at the command station.
Fucking green.
No, it's
Opening the
not.
portal now.
All right. See you guys there.
Okay, bye, guys.
I'm sorry, move list? I should have done this ages ago.
It's all the same stuff.
No, square and triangle at the same time.
Oh.